Where do you lose track of time? What are you natural at? What do you enjoy? And what do you like to help others with? Or what do people come to you for help with? What do you like to read about, learn about, think about, talk about? Hi, my name is Rachel Serwetz, and I'm the founder and CEO of Woken, which is a career coaching company. Today, we're gonna dive into an exercise to help you really reflect and understand who you are, build the self-awareness around your natural affinities, your strengths, and your interests so that you can really leverage that in terms of determining a career path that would be a great fit for you. I'm gonna start by introducing a three-part framework. That framework is something that I call function, content, and environment. We're gonna dive into the first one, which is function. Function essentially means what is the day-to-day skills and activities that you're working on? What is the makeup of your day? What are those action verbs? And what are you really spending your time doing? The content is where you apply that. It's the nature of the work. So for example, if you are a data analyst, what type of data are you looking at? Those are two different things in terms of the analysis versus what is the core content of where you're applying that work. And then the third piece is the environment, which is what it sounds like, the work environment. What does it look and feel like? What's the pace and what are the people like? So we're gonna dive into a super quick reflection where I'm gonna give you some prompts and you can actually journal on these as I'm giving you those prompts to figure out how they apply to you. So when you start to think about the function, you wanna think about what experiences have I held or taken on or chose to take on that you really enjoyed? Experiences that you were natural at or really liked doing. These could be things that were tasked to you at work, or it could have been something outside of work. And you can think back however many years you want in terms of which experiences become top of mind for you, which experiences stand out as most interesting or most compelling or most intriguing or most fun that you really enjoyed. Ideally, these are somewhat professional experiences, but you can also think about personal things that you've taken on, hobbies. You know, I'll give you a quick example. I used to volunteer as a career coach, and now here I am professionally doing that. So you can think in a really open-minded way about this and start to list out some of those experiences. The next thing you want to do is list out what are the verbs, what are those actions or those sub-actions that you were doing as part of that project or as part of that experience. And then you want to continue that list. So maybe you were training somebody or doing sales or doing research or doing analysis. You want to start that list of verbs or actions and then continue, what are things that I really love doing that come naturally to me? Where do you lose track of time? What are you natural at? What do you enjoy? And what do you like to help others with? Or what do people come to you for help with? The next section is content. And you want to think about topic areas or problem areas that you really find interesting or important. What do you like to read about, learn about, think about, talk about? Are there products or services or companies that really intrigue you? Really, what are the problems out there in our world that you feel fascinated by or compelled to work on and contribute your time towards? There could be a personal reason why you're tied to that, or you may just say, you know, the impact of this problem is really vast and I would love to contribute to solving it. Are there people out there that you want to support? These are types of things you can think about for content. The last section is the environment. What should the pace feel like to you? What serves you? Should it be hybrid or in person or remote? And what are the people like around you? What are those intangibles or the values and the personality of the team that you're working with? What should it look and feel like? And what are those top phrases that come to you? And what's important about your work environment? Then you want to translate the function into potential role titles. And then you want to translate the content into potential industries. Come up with a few options for roles and industries that feel directly relevant or viable options given the reflections that you've had about who you are and what you're all about. That's a great starting point if you're trying to reflect on who you are, what you're about, and what that could mean for a professional pathway forward. You can learn more at iamwoken.com or at PowerToFly, and we hope to see you in our next video.